General Hospital GH. Spoilers suggest that even though Rocco Falconeri, Fincare, is Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, grandson, the two don't generally spend a lot of time on canvas. Still, this all changed lately, and fans got to see the two share some scenes, due to Sam McCall's Kelly Monaco passing. GH star Fincare recently appeared on Maurice Benard's State of Mind podcast, and the two shared an interesting conversation about the teen storylines as of late. General Hospitals. Maurice Benard and Fincare talk Sam McCall's passing care appeared on the Sunday, January 26, 2025 episode of State of Mind, and Benard introduced Care by saying, "I just want to say that I love young actors. I've helped quite a bit, and I haven't helped in a while because I just haven't found anyone who I kind of like. And this person I've got today, I kind of like." The two talked about Care's recent work and the storyline of where his stepmom, Sam, passed away. Bernard stated, "I think, in all honesty, everybody was great in that storyline." GH spoilers is. Maurice Benard praises Fincare's performance. Benard added to this, noting that Care broke my heart. He goes on to say, "In one scene, I was like, oh, this kid broke my heart just now." Care replied saying, "Knowing that it broke your heart, I think I probably did a good job." The young actor added, "It was hard to kind of play, because I've only really done, like, comedy stuff before this." In terms of his experience with GH, Care adds that it's really different than any other show he's been on. He adds that in soaps, you must be ready to perform, and there's not a lot of time to get into it. Benard offered his teen GH co-star some advice, stating that with daytime drama, it's very simple. If you're not 200% prepared, you're cooked, which are solid words of wisdom from a soap veteran. Rocco Falconeri sat in his bedroom, staring out the window at the cold winter sky of Port Charles. It had been a few weeks since Sam McCall's passing, and though time was supposed to heal wounds, his still felt fresh and raw. His stepmother had always been a strong presence in his life, and now she was gone. His father, Dante, had been trying his best to keep everything together, but Rocco could see through his attempts. They were all grieving in their own ways. Danny and Scout had lost their mother, and Jason had returned to town in a storm of emotions, trying to be there for his kids while dealing with his own guilt. Then there was Sonny Corinthos, Rocco's grandfather, a man he hadn't spent much time with over the years. Rocco always knew who he was. Everyone in Port Charles knew Sonny, but their interactions had been limited. Sonny was always busy, caught up in his world of power, crime, and family loyalties. Rocco had grown up hearing stories about him, both good and bad, and had never quite figured out where he fit in the legendary mob boss's life. But after Sam's passing, something changed. Sonny had started showing up, not just for Dante, but for Rocco too. A sudden visit. It was a quiet Sunday morning when Sonny knocked on Dante's door. Rocco, still in his pajamas, opened it hesitantly. "Hey, kid," Sonny greeted, his voice warm yet uncertain. "Mind if I come in?" Rocco nodded, stepping aside to let his grandfather in. He wasn't sure what to say. He had never been alone with Sonny before. Sonny sat on the couch, glancing around at the house he had once known so well. "Your dad home?" "He went to work early," Rocco replied, sitting across from him. "It's just me." Sonny smiled slightly. "Guess that means it's just us, huh?" Rocco shrugged. "I guess." There was a long pause before Sonny spoke again. I know we haven't spent a lot of time together, but I want to change that." Rocco looked up, his brows furrowing. "Why now?" Sonny exhaled, rubbing his hands together. "Because life's too short, kid. I know what it's like to lose someone you care about, and I know what it's like to feel like nobody understands." Rocco bit his lip, staring at the floor. "I miss her." "I know," Sonny said softly. She was a fighter. She loved you, loved your dad, and she wouldn't want you to be alone in this." Rocco swallowed hard, willing himself not to cry. "It just feels Different now. Everything's different. Sunny nodded. It always does after you lose someone, but you don't have to go through it alone. A new routine. Over the next few weeks, Sunny made an effort to be there. At first, it felt strange to Rocco, having his grandfather suddenly showing up at his basketball games, taking him out for burgers, and even sitting with him at the park just to talk. But gradually, he started to look forward to it. One day after school, Sunny picked him up and took him to Luke's old place, now refurbished into a more modern lounge. They sat in a booth, Sunny sipping on an espresso while Rocco nursed a root beer. "You know, I used to come here all the time when I was younger," Sunny mused. Luke Spencer, he was one of a kind. Always had some kind of scheme going on. Rocco smirked. "Sounds like someone I know." Sunny chuckled. "Yeah, well, I've had my fair share of trouble." He leaned forward. "But listen, I want you to know something. No matter what you hear about me, no matter what people say, I care about my family. And that includes you." Rocco hesitated before nodding. "I know. You ever need anything, someone to talk to, someone to punch a bag with, I'm here." Rocco gave a small smile. "Thanks, Grandpa." Sunny's eyes softened. "Anytime, kid." Finding strength. As the months passed, Rocco slowly found a new normal. His dad was still hurting, but their relationship had grown stronger. He spent more time with Danny and Scout, finding comfort in shared memories of Sam. And then there was Sunny, his unexpected pillar of support. One afternoon, Sunny took him to Volanino's gym. "All right, kid," he said, wrapping Rocco's hands. "Let's see what you got." Rocco threw a few punches at the bag, feeling the weight of his emotions in every hit. Sunny watched, nodding in approval. "Good. Now focus. Channel all that pain, all that anger, and use it." Rocco took a deep breath and hit harder, feeling something shift inside him. He wasn't just grieving anymore, he was growing. After the session, Sunny ruffled his hair. "You got heart, Rocco. Just like your dad." Rocco grinned, a feeling of pride swelling in his chest. For the first time in a long time, he felt like he was going to be okay. The future. One evening, Rocco found himself sitting on the docks, staring at the water. Sunny joined him, hands in his pockets. "You thinking about her?" Sunny asked. Rocco nodded. "Yeah." Sunny sat beside him. "That's never gonna stop. And that's okay." They sat in silence for a while, the waves lapping gently against the pier. "You know," Sunny said after a while, "I wasn't always a good man. I made mistakes, big ones. But the one thing I never regretted was fighting for my family." Rocco looked at him. "Do you think she'd be proud of me?" Sunny smiled. "I know she would be." Rocco nodded, looking back at the water. For the first time since Sam's passing, he felt a sense of peace. And with his grandfather by his side, he knew he wasn't alone anymore.